Tim just texted and said he got my stuff from the machine shop today. So he's getting close to assembly, and he's going to be needing these valve covers and timing cover. So let's get those over to his shop, and let's check out these parts. I think the heads are in these boxes here. Let's open this one up and see what we've got. Some old hardware there. It's in the bag. Yep, there's a head. That's one of the heads. That looks like it's got the cam stuff in it. Let's get them out of the box. Check them out here on the counter. The port work looks amazing. Very cool. Nice and clean. Can't wait to see them on the engine. The intake side looks really good too. Now this is the block ready for assembly. Now this is the short block that's assembled without the heads on it. Looks pretty good. That's the crank. This is the long block assembly. Looks really good. I think the next step is to go ahead and get these valve covers and timing covers on. And there it is. That's the timing covers I painted and the valve covers. They look really good on there. Next thing to do is start putting on some turbos and stuff. Just talked to Tim, and he said if I got him my cradle, he would go ahead and put the engine on the cradle, put the turbo kit on, put the bell housing on, get all the wiring harness done and all the accessories for the engine put on, and that'll save me a lot of time, so I don't have to do it. He's done several of them. It should go faster for him than it would for me. So let's get the cradle out of my parts car and get it cleaned up and get it taken over to him. So I've got the cradle out of the parts car. We've got it set up outside on some jack stands so we can get this thing pressure washed. First thing I'm gonna do is spray it down with some degreaser and get this thing pressure washed and maybe put a brush to it to get it cleaned up. That way Tim's not working with dirty, greasy parts. So I took the knuckle and brake assemblies off this cradle. It should make it easier for Tim to get everything put on the cradle. Let's get this stuff over to him. So we've got the engine back at the shop. It's inside my enclosed trailer here. And I think I'm going to leave it in here for the time being. Now it's sitting on a pallet on an engine dolly, and it's pretty much ready to go into the chassis. The only problem I have is the chassis is not ready for the engine to go into it. There's a few things we need to do prior to putting the engine in. One being getting the bottom of the car seam sealed. So I'm pretty sure that's the next thing. Yeah, that's the next thing we should do is go ahead and get the bottom of the chassis seam sealed. We've got our parts GT-R up on the lift so we can get a good look at the bottom side so that we can determine how the factory did the seam sealer. So as you can see, the bottom of these cars from the factory are gray. Now I've already painted mine white, so we're going to leave it white. But as you can tell, the seam sealer on these cars, it's not real uniform. Like it's brushed on here. There's a seam here. It got all crazy up through there with just brush and stuff. So I don't think there's a lot of rhyme or reason to the way that they do it. So I think I can pretty much do it however I want to and whatever's easiest. So yeah, like even this whole section here is a sprayed on texture, kind of like an undercoating. So I'm gonna have to tape off that area and spray that and that side. Now I think these are just the parts of the bottom of the car that are exposed and don't have a panel on, like an under panel, a body panel on the bottom. So I'll have to duplicate that. But yeah, the seam sealer is just kind of however you want to do it, I think. It's brushed here, seam there, the seam runs up all over the top there. Back to brushed, brush there, seam there. So I don't think it's going to be super crucial on the way that it looks on the bottom of the car. It'll be more just for trying to get the seams sealed up so that no water gets in. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started on the bottom side of my car. So here we're just putting out a piece of paper, and I'll grab the sim gun and just use this as a practice panel to spray it out to see if it looks like I want it to look. So we've got the bottom of the chassis seam sealed, and I think that's a pretty good stopping point for this video. Now there are several other steps that we need to do to the chassis before we can put the engine in, but we're one step closer with this seam sealer. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell notification. That way you won't miss any future videos. And as always, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. See ya!